Welcome to the Hard Hat Training Series. This training is designed to explain the safety principles you must understand before working with a self-contained breathing apparatus, or SCBA. The principles we discuss here will ultimately help you operate more carefully and effectively while using your SCBA equipment. Some of the most dangerous hazards on any worksite are respiratory hazards. Extreme heat, harmful particulates, and toxic gases in the air can enter employees' lungs and cause serious damage if they aren't filtered out or otherwise protected against. The easiest way to protect employees from respiratory hazards is to avoid working around them at all, but this isn't always possible. When an employee has to enter an area that may be dangerous to their respiratory health, they must be wearing specialized protective equipment to allow them to breathe safely. The most common types of respiratory protection equipment are respirators. Respirators typically fit over a person's face and stop them from breathing in harmful elements from the air. They come in many different types and models, depending on the level of protection required. SCBAs belong to a class of respirators known as air-supplying respirators. Air-supplying respirators provide the user with clean air from an external reserve, rather than filtering the air from the surrounding atmosphere. Because the air comes from a tank, air-supplying respirators provide the user with a healthy amount of oxygen at a consistent rate. They are also the surest way to protect users from harmful chemicals and contaminants in the air, thanks to the facepiece that seals tightly around the user's face. Some air-supplying respirators, known as airline respirators, feature a face shield connected by a hose to a standing air reserve such as an oxygen tank or an air pump. They can supply breathable air for a long time, but they also limit the area in which the user can work. SCBAs are unique because they feature portable oxygen reserves mounted on a harness. This allows the user to move about more freely while still getting a healthy supply of air. While SCBAs don't provide the same sustained airflow as airline respirators, they tend to be more versatile, which makes them better suited to emergency situations. Air-supplying respirators are required whenever the air quality on the worksite is considered immediately dangerous to life or health, or IDLH. A person entering an IDLH atmosphere without respiratory protection usually suffers instant adverse health effects including asphyxiation and respiratory damage. For most IDLH atmospheres, even a brief exposure can be deadly. Atmospheres are classified as IDLH based on the concentration of certain harmful chemicals in the air. Any atmosphere where the composition of the air can't be identified, or where the oxygen level is below 19.5%, is also considered IDLH.